Well, hello there. Um, yeah, I think we'll go ahead and get started. Why not? Hi. I don't know. Oop, I lost a paintbrush already. We're off to a good start. I'm gonna grab that. Ugh, stop rolling. Why? There we go. Okay. Hi everyone. I don't even know if anyone's even watching right now. But I mean that's not true. I can see the numbers and such up there, but it says one. I don't know if that's an actual person or a bot. Either way, hello and welcome. Um, this is my second ever stream. If you couldn't tell, I just told you it's my second ever stream. Most people don't announce that. Um, but we're out here. We're doing the same thing we did last time. And if you weren't here last time, um, we're just gonna chill. We're gonna talk, and I'm gonna paint some D&D minis. Um, because why not? I think, we'll start by I'll show off the ones we did 2 weeks ago because this is a bi-weekly thing at the moment. Um, Other piece of the puzzle, um, I hadn't turned on the ability to save my stream as a VOD, as a VOD. So unfortunately, no one will be able to go back and see that first stream. Although I think it was pretty successful, all things considered, being the first and all. Um, I don't know if anyone can even like the little microphone thing says it's working, so hopefully it's actually working. Um, but, we'll get started. I think. I turned on the VOD thing, so uh, the VOD should ideally uh, upload this and save it, so I can back up this all up and remember it forever and ever. Hallelujah. Um, yeah, I'm gonna I'll talk for a couple more seconds. I'm gonna just share again that we're live. See if we can get a couple people to come on in. So going to live tweet. I don't know. Is it a thing? People do that anymore? I have no idea. Um, do going to quickly post again. We'll do. I like that one. That one's neat. We are live. Come hang out and chat. And then we'll throw the URL in there. People can find me. And then we'll put the hashtags stream and hashtag Wednesday. We'll get that out there. Um, yeah, if you haven't tuned in before, I mean, already I'm off to a better start than I was at the beginning of last stream because last time, um, for those who were not here and because it's not recorded, you can't go back and listen. There was this really awesome, really super cool echo effect that I unintentionally had on as a result of having the stream open in like three different places. Um, so that caused a great little feedback loop, which was super cool, in my humble opinion. Um, yes, all right. So it's out there. 10 minutes in, again, just send it out into the ether that we are live. All right, we are here. We are chilling. Um, but yeah. So again, I'll give it a couple seconds. I'll just kind of talk to myself. I don't know if again, I don't really know if anyone's gonna watch. Wasn't really sure if anyone was gonna watch the first time either. Um, but I'm doing this. For those who didn't hear my spiel at the beginning of last time, um, my name's Damien. Um, my name on here is D-Rex or Drex the Bard. Um, and I am a storyteller. I like to tell stories. I like to do so through all means of storytelling, whether that's writing, singing, or theater, um, or games. Again, obviously, I'll be playing D&D minis evening. Um, and the other one was a lot more uh, planned out, kind of what I was gonna say, but not really. I just don't remember what I said the first time. Uh, but yeah, so I love collaborative storytelling, um, and whatnot. I lost my train of thought, so I'm gonna just stop for now. Uh, oh goodness gracious. So at about 3 minutes, 8:10, I'll turn on the camera, and then we'll get things going. So let's kind of sit here for a couple more minutes, and we'll go from there. All right. It is now 8:11. I lied to you. I'm so sorry. But we'll get started. Maybe. Oh, hold on. My computer's doing a thing, but now it's working. Yay. All right, let's do Aha, here it is. What do I want? That screen. Uh-oh. Oh no. It's the same. Oh no, it's a little different. There we go. Oh, hello, Dartmonk. Nice to see you. Um, so there we go. Okay. Slide that out of the way. Oh, hi. My brushes keep sliding everywhere. Everything is pain. All right. So here we are. Um, I got my little. What is this even called? A palette. I am tired today. Um, there's definitely one thing I have figured out is that I am tired, and working 2 summer jobs is a lot. Um, yeah. So we'll see what happens today. But anyways, like I said, this one should ideally, um, be recorded. So if you don't view it live, um, you should be able to see it. Because I think I'll be able to post it later. Which will be cool. I think. Um, it'll be neat to have it all like documented again. Um, part of this is like document my own progress, see how I'm doing, but also to get myself out into the world, get my name out there, and what I like to do, which is storytelling. Um, so we'll get started. So last time, again, it didn't save, so if you were here, you know what you saw, and if you weren't here, I'll give you the Spark Notes version of what everyone else saw. Um, I started painting minis, talked for a while, like I am right now. Um, and was just, we were doing our thing. We were chilling, we were painting. I promised I would figure out music, and I'm still working on that. Um, turns out there's a lot of, copyright laws, but then also the thing through Twitch that would allow me to play music said something along the lines of how I would need to figure out a way to remove the music from my VODs. And I'm not that technologically savvy at this point in in my career. Um, like I'm tech savvy, but like not. That's what it was saying was a different level that I've never worked with before. So I apologize. There's no music. You're just gonna have to listen to my soothing voice or my obnoxious voice, whatever your perspective is. It's valid. Um, at least in regards to my voice. Um, but yeah, so I talked for a while about myself, about life, which I will continue to do tonight, I'm sure. And I also painted some minis. If you're following me on the socials, which would be Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, you would know that Noodles was one of the guys I painted. Noodles here, our little cobra. He's very cute. I love him. Noodles was the second of the 2 minis that I painted last fortnight, 2 weeks ago. He's also the first mini I ever made of my own accord. He was made from clay, and I made him, and then I painted him, and I'm very happy with him. So he's great, and wonderful, and that's Noodles. Yeah, Noodles. And then the other mini, which is the one I started with, which took up most of the time, because as it turns out, this takes me a little while to do because I am not the most skilled yet. yet. Uh, Practice and time, and as I do this more, I'm sure I will acquire more skills and whatnot. But the other mini I painted was this lovely little griffin here, who we did not name, but the griffin had some nice gold on the wings, nice green eyes. We got some nice shading going on, um, and it turned out really well. Um, for my first stream mini, I also showed off a couple of the other minis I've done. I've only done like I think Noodles and the Griffin included. I've done a total of 6 minis in my entire life, painted at least. Um, so I'm building up experience. I was at my local game store actually, and I was looking over at the Warhammer 40K figures, and some of those things look awesome, and well, most of them look awesome to be fair. Um, but they also looked incredibly complex and way above my skill level right now. So maybe sometime in the future that'll happen. Especially because there are definitely um 6 more minis than that. You know what? That's fair. That's fair. Um, I know. We gotta get you painting minis, Dart Monk. Um, he's for the rest of the audience. Dart Monk is a good friend of mine. Um, and he's pretty awesome. Um, Pretty awesome dude. But yeah, so done those 6 and the Warhammer stuff. I'll get to um eventually. I think they're super cool. I would love to do that. But assembling the pieces and then painting each piece, and you know, I think that in my own creative mind, I would love to have more complex beings and more complex like textures and stuff going on. But right now, the griffin with the golden wings and noodles here. That's as advanced as I've got. Uh, I don't have much of a skill level beyond that, and that's okay. We all got to start somewhere, right? So we'll build up to it. We'll get there, um, and we'll go from there. So sorry, I was just looking down, um, and you'll all hear this in a second, uh, because I got the stream up on my computer, which is showing me exactly what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But then I'm also got the stream on my phone just to see interactions and how things are going. Um, and there's a slight delay between the two, so it's kind of funny seeing me move like a couple seconds after I've already moved. Anyways, I won't get distracted by that too terribly much. Um, but yeah, so we got our 2 friends here. And as promised, originally, uh, when I did my first stream 2 weeks ago, I was gonna do another figure, but it got late and I got tired. And I talked too long. Um, maybe I'll do streams earlier. Maybe I'll do them more than bi-weekly. Um, Part of the other piece of this is that a lot of this is ever changing, ever growing. Um, Depending on how things go, depending on reception, I will continue to do some things more, some things less. Same thing with like my social media posts, and where I'm posting and what I'm posting, kind of thing. Depending on what gets the most attention, the most attraction. Because ultimately, I want to build an audience. I want to build an audience of followers who enjoy my content and like what I say and do, and um and go from there. So in the attempt to build an audience, I will continue to adapt things to make better content for you and better content for myself, because I think that I'm a consumer of my own content, I think that that's fair, that I would want you to enjoy it more, and that I would want to enjoy it more. So, I'm going to ever continue to change those things and update them as we go forward over the next several weeks, months, years, as I, continue to build my creative career. So, yeah. So that's that. So, getting back to the roundabout point, I had promised 3 minis originally, last time I streamed, and I only did these 2. The third one that I promised, which is the one we're gonna start with today, I'll put them over to the side, is the Etin? Etin. Etin. I don't know. Both. A two-headed giant. So we're gonna start with him, I think, today. And then, depending on how long he takes me, I would ultimately like to do probably one more. I'll probably do 2 at a time for now, just because we'll probably wrap things up here around 11 my time, which is Eastern Standard Time. We'll probably wrap things up around 11-ish. Again, just because work and day job and tired, and also skill. Again, just takes me a little while to do these things, and that's okay. But I'm thinking, we're just gonna start with him, obviously, and then I'm thinking a dragon. I don't know. I don't know what color to do the dragon though. That's the only thing. That's my hang up with the dragon. I don't know what color I want to do him as like the base. Like, am I gonna do like a red dragon, green dragon, black dragon? I haven't fully decided. But that's why he's gonna be second, so I can figure that part out. So we'll put him off to the side for now. We're gonna start with our boy, the two-headed giant, the Etin. I'm gonna go Etin, Etin, Etin. I don't know. I would say let me know in the comments, but unless you can spell like phonetically, then I don't know how helpful it would be to like spell it out in an attempt to sound it out. We're gonna start with the giant. I don't know what to make him look like. We're just gonna go for it. I did find in the other box of paints I have, I found 2 other paintbrushes. So I've got some other choices for like detail now. There's this one, which is more of like there's like a fine tooth one, similar to the other fine one we got right here. Then we also have a bit of a thicker one that's a little more, the bristles a little more beat up. But I think I could add, some interesting details to the figures. Yeah. Also, just as a heads up, my voice has been doing this thing around about this time of the day into the later part of the evening, where if I start to sound really raspy and like deep voiced, I'm fine, all is well. It's just that around this time of night, my voice has been starting to get raspy, but I'm all right. I'm good, and we'll just roll with it. So let's see. We gotta pick our base color, and let's see. What we got here? First thing I picked up, leather brown. That seems promising. Paint wise, got Master Series paint from Reaper Miniatures, and their Reaper Bones is the company, and the Masters Paint series, or Master Series paint, came with the kits, the painting kits that I have received. So that's pretty neat. That's what we're gonna be using. That's kind of all I got. Again, went to the local game store in my area, and they had a lot of different kinds of paints, but I did see they had this kind, the paints that I have at my side that you can't see over yonder. Um, but they had this kind of paint at the game store, so at least I knew I was using the right stuff, which felt pretty good. I'm actually gonna switch up the lighting real quick, because this is getting kind of dark on the outside, and that doesn't affect the artificial light that I'm already using. But as much as I like the yellowed light, it does make my own visibility of the minis a little more difficult. Um, so we're gonna kick on the brighter overhead light real quick. Please hold. Okay, there we go. So that's a little bit better. I'll adjust the contrast real quick. I don't know if I made it better or worse. We're gonna find out. Oh, excuse me. Alrighty. So let's see. Can you even see him? You can. Look at him. He's so good. Okay. So first things first, we gotta shake our paint, and this is the first one I grabbed. I grabbed leather brown. So that's gonna be our base color. Do I know what other colors we're gonna use? Not yet. That's part of the fun here with chilling and painting, because we're chilling and we're painting. It's in the name. It just, you know. So shake it on up. I don't even know if you can hear that. Part of me is like, oh yeah, that'd be cool if you could like hear me shaking up. Like maybe I can make it my thing. You can hear me shaking paint. I don't know. We'll move this a little closer. We'll get a couple drops of the leather brown in there, and let's start with one of the bigger brushes. I think fine tooth ones. Yeah, we'll start with bigger one. Started with last time, and we'll just go for it. Here we go. So I'm gonna quickly set this up here. Doodle-doo, 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 doodle-doo. Alrighty, so we have our friend here, and we're gonna paint him. So here we go. Oh, there's no going back now. There's no going back. He's already on there. I mean, I could. There's water right there, so I could like. Um, the paint is very watery at the moment, so we might have to work on that. Again, I'm still learning a lot about paint, um, and different types of paint. Obviously, like in a grade school, in high school, and such. They taught us a little bit about different different types of paint and different like styles, but they were all kind of like um, they were different like uh, minor projects, but nothing like this where we were painting plastic miniature. Yeah, you see how the paint's kind of like moving around there. So I'm actually gonna not continue for a second. Get a little bit more. So now you can tell that I'm shaking because my other hand is like slightly moving and it's making the autofocus freak out. So add a little more. No, it's just liquidy paint. Okay. This is just a very liquidy color. I'm not sure how to like firm that up or make that better, but yeah, we'll uh we'll make it work, I guess. All right, we'll make it work. So we'll just getting our base coat on here, or as best we can, because clearly it's giving us a hard time. But that's okay. So how's everyone's day going? I'll start. um, today's been pretty chill, all things considered. Um, I had work earlier today at one of my summer jobs. Um, both of them are in food service, so I'm constantly working with food. But today was a cleaning day, so today was actually pretty easy, all things considered. Um, sweeping the floor, doing the dishes, mopping the floor, um, etc., etc. So pretty standard cleaning procedures and stuff there. Um, I'll grab my little piece of paper just so I can place him down when the time comes. Um, but I had work today, and then what was the other thing that happened today? I think that was it. Oh, I played some Magic the Gathering with a couple of friends of mine. Um, we played using spell table because they live in um, a different part of the world than I do. We were not able to meet up in person, but spell table, very handy in that regard, allowed us to play together. Um, and that was really fun. I don't know if I actually mentioned this last week. So any viewers from last week, and any new viewers this week, new lore drop about me. I play Magic the Gathering. Um, Crazy, a nerd who plays Dungeons and Dragons, also plays Magic the Gathering. Wild. Um, but yeah, so I do that. Um, I have a really good time with that little hobby as well. Um, we have a good time over here, living in a little fantasy bubble. Um, sometimes we live in a fantasy bubble. Um, just fun times with friends. Over here. But yeah, so we almost got the first layer of the base here. Again, this particular color is very liquidy at the moment, it seems. So things are probably going to need an additional coat. Or I can use this as an opportunity to try to do some shading or something. Get some fancy techniques up in here. I don't know. Probably not going to be as fancy as most people think, but it'll be fancy for me, and that's enough. So we'll get in there. We'll get in there like swimwear, and we'll get the base coat on. But yeah, but that was my day. And now here I am. Here I am streaming. Second stream ever. Again, the first one I think went really, really well. All things considered, being the first and having no experience up until that point. But I think it went super duper well, and we had a good time. We had a really good time during that stream. Again, unfortunately, no new viewer or even past viewer will be able to enjoy it. Neither will I. Again, oop, and I almost just dropped him down the fingers. Whee! But because the VOD did not save, I did not apparently realize that function had to be turned on in order to make it work. Um, So it didn't save. Um, but hopefully this one, if it's working all right, um, hopefully this one will just it'll just be, and it'll be great, and you'll be able to watch it again and again forever and ever and ever, or as long as the internet exists. Um, I don't know if that'll be forever and ever, but that's been the promise I've been told most of my life is that technology is gonna last forever. I I don't know. The machines. Okay, so we've got most of the mini painted, and I say most because, well, I mean you can see it, but I can see it as well. Again, the paint's very liquidy, so it's just kind of not quite sticking to our Etin friend here. But I think I'm gonna stop touching him for a second. I'm gonna let him just dry. I think that'll I think that'll help the situation. Um, so I'll just let him dry for a bit. Um, but yeah, I mean that was my day. And now here we are. Oh, ignore that yawn. I mean, I've already told you I'm tired several times this evening alone, but that doesn't mean I'm tired. No, I don't know. Uh, talking myself in circles. Ugh. My other pair of headphones. I got one pair of headphones in my ear right now. The other pair of headphones is in my pocket, and they're like rubbing up against the seat I'm sitting in. Um, so that's always fun. All right. I'm gonna put the leather brown away. I'm gonna grab this brown looks in. This is woodland brown. So we're gonna mix some browns on the actual mini to get some depth, some shadow, some characteristics going on, and then we'll get some of the finer elements. There's a skull necklace he's got on, a couple of chain elements. So we'll get those we'll get those painted as well. But again, this particular color was very liquidy, so it's taken a second. We'll see how the woodland brown goes. If it's any better. I hope it's a little better, but time will tell. Let's see. This one's not even coming out of the little tube. So that's good. So what we'll do is what we did last time, and we'll just kind of pop off the top here. There we go. Put it over there. And we'll wash out our brush in my little cup over on the side, which you can't see. I was like, would anyone even Oh, hello. Um, I just got raided for the first time. Hello. I've gotten raided. Bunny raid. Yes. Hello. Hi. um, hello. Welcome. Yes, first time. Hello. Let's see. Who a lot of people just came in. Good gosh. I've never been raided before. I mean, second stream ever. So yeah, I've never been raided very often. Um, but hi everyone. I would say we just got in the chat at least. We got Bo Bunny just raided with Arctic Bear 1922. Bo Bunny, of course. Vinzilla 101, Claude the Sheep, and K7 Soon, or Kitsune, and Cone Time. Hi everyone. Welcome. Um, we're chilling. Thank you for the follow, Arctic Bear 1922. Um, I just realized as I was being rated, I didn't have any paper towel next to me for to wipe off my paintbrush. That kind of that threw me for a second. So stay tuned, everyone. Give me 2 seconds. I wasn't expecting this. Okay, and I'm back. And while I was away, I also found a toothpick, so that might help with the whole um clogged clogged paint piece there. Um but again, hi everyone who just joined from the raid. Um Super cool to see you all in this virtual scape. I'm currently, since y'all came in part way here, I am currently working on, as promised from last week or 2 weeks ago, and if anyone was here from there, we're painting the Etten, our two-headed giant friend. Um, and we're doing some browns right now on him, and the other mini we're gonna paint tonight. I don't think the Etten's gonna take very long. Um, some of the finer details probably will, but the other mini we're gonna paint is a dragon. We're gonna make this lovely little dragon here. Probably like it's a wormling, I would guess. But we're gonna paint that. I haven't decided what color, so y'all in chat can let me know if you'd like. What color you'd like the dragon to be. I'm you know red, blue, green, black, white. Um, I don't know. Help me decide. Uh, but we got time till we get there. I'm working on the Etten, so we'll keep rolling. This is hi. Definitely a little thrown off in a good way. In a good way. By what all just happened. Woodland brown almost looks orange. Paint does not seem to be mixed. Please hold. Because looking in, I could actually see, oh, big old stringy wingy there of paint. May have gotten on the table. Oops. Currently just shaking it on up. Shake it on up for the stream. Doodle doo doo doo. Eh. I'm gonna try the toothpick. Ready? Here we go. Let's see if this is even gonna work. Poking it, tapping it. Will it make it so that the stuff actually comes through? Ooh! Oh, a little nubbin of paint popped out. Look at it. In my finger. There it is. Little nubbin. See, what did it help? Did it do anything? No. It got the nubbin out, but there's still way more paint in the actual thing. That's okay. We'll pop out our little piece there. We'll There we go. There's the actual color, not just like a blend of water. So we're gonna put some woodland on them as well. We'll probably way too much on there right now. We'll kind of get like an accent of the woodland. We'll get some shadow of woodland. That way we got some shading going on here. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm using painting terms, to be honest with you. I this is not my primary mode of art. Painting, drawing. Um, this is a newer uh, style of storytelling, I suppose. Um, Painting and doing such things. Um, but yeah. So again, my level of expertise and skill is minimal at best. At best, at beat me. Anyone got that reference? I'm proud of you. Uh, so we're getting some browns on our Etten here. Probably like a ill Etten. That was a lot. That was a lot more than I wanted in that area. Do you want to be the best like no one ever was? Absolutely. To catch them or to paint them is my real test. To train them is in fact my cause. Can always appreciate a good Pokemon reference when it presents itself. Okay. I'm gonna dip back in the other brown here. And I'm gonna just kind of touch up this back area. That way it's not so woodland brown. Get a little bit more of that original um maybe like a splotchy effect here. I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. So, okay, little detail on the club here and in the hand that needs to be fixed. For some reason, the song "Carry On My Wayward Son" um, is stuck in my head, and yes, happy little accidents. Shout out to Bob Ross. Rest in peace, Bob Ross. Amazing painter, artist, and person. Um, didn't know him personally, but if I ever had the chance to have met him when he was alive, I would have gladly taken that opportunity. He seems like he was a pretty cool guy. Um, get a little bit more. Let me tip the cap. Whoop. I'm gonna show you. Ready? There it is. There's the nubbin cap. Gonna get a little bit more of the paint of the woodland. And we're just gonna splotch it on there like this. Again, mixing up the browns here. Kind of just looks like it's one amorphous color again. But splotching like this. Maybe we'll add some texture to the mini. Maybe. It might. It might not. It's also possible that all of this will not work the way I want it to. That's okay. Again, it's all part of the learning process. Okay. I'm going to put them down real quick. I think we've got our base coat and shadow going on here. Happy little trees. There's no trees though. Ooh, that could be fun. That could be a fun thing to do. Maybe paint some terrain at some point in the future. I don't have much terrain I really just have I have like minis, like people, the actual physical terrain. But that'd be kind of cool. Um, that'd be kind of neat to do at some point in the future. Okay, so that is, I'm gonna move that back over here. Paintbrush down. Lift up the nubbin, the paint nubbin. Put it back in the actual paint thing. Put the lid back on. Bada bing, bada boom, gabagool. Have a good day. I don't know. Well, this is dragon red. Maybe I'll do red for the dragon. Little dragon wormling. You see, I don't know. You gotta let me know. You got to let me know. Do, 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 do. Okay. So, base coat's on. Two colored base coat. You got little splotches of different browns. He's good. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Ooh. Yeah, we're out. We're out here. We're chilling. Hey, thanks for the follow, Spyro ESP. Good to see ya. I don't know if you're still here or not, but hello. So let's see. Okay, so what do we want to do for Etten beyond at this point? Dark highlights. I think dark highlights are going to be the way to go. We'll get some darker tones on him. Harvest brown. There's a lot of browns on him, but I like it. I like the brown. I like the browns colors on the giant. I think it works well, given they're more earthy and hill nature. I think that works. I think that works well. That's pretty cool. Doodle doo doodle doodle doo. Ah, I dropped it. It's fine. All right. The harvest brown. I don't remember this one will come out. It does. Oh, that's so wonderful. It's wonderful when it just like comes out like the nozzle the first time regular. Um, it's real neat when that happens. The dark highlights too. I don't remember if this one. No, it does not. It does not. I had to open this one up. This one seems like it's not fully mixed up all the way. It's still very liquid. But that's okay. We'll make it work. I'll keep it off the side for now. I'll turn the palette so you can see the new colors introduced to the palette. Use the fine tooth one for our other brown details here. I gotta get like, I don't know, some like collaboration. Like do this like a podcast maybe. Get like other people to talk to physically with me here. Hmm. Yeah, because I feel like talking to myself is fun, and talking to chat's wonderful. I love talking to chat. Honestly, um, the more comments you leave, the less you have to hear me talk to myself. Which, if you're enjoying it, stay. Awesome. Welcome. Um, if you're not, I'm sorry. I'll keep working on it. And some attempting some finer details. You can even tell. I don't even know if you can even tell. I can hardly tell, so I doubt that you can tell. Um, but we're trying. We're trying. Trying to get those other subtler details or larger subtle details, like his cloth here. The backside of his cloth too, with this harvest brown. Um, I don't, I don't know what to talk about, honestly. Kind of just out here right now. Half focused on painting, half focused on trying to come up with what to say. Uh, I actually did a post about that the other day. One of my random thoughts by Damien posts. I talked about, the art of trying to come up with something to say. The punchline ended with DiGiorno's. If you want to see how that got there, go ahead, give me a follow on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, the whole 9 yards. So you can find me on any of those places. Obviously, you can find me on Twitch. If you're here, you know that. Um, uh, maybe I'll upload this stuff up to YouTube, so then you can find me there. And then um, I've also got some, I got a website. That's the one thing I was missing. Haha. I've got a website where I get some blog posts, working on expanding that out as well. And, just ever expanding my repertoire of my presence and getting stuff out there. Um, Dartmonk asks, um, what do you think about the D&D release for the Radiant Citadel book/adventure thing? Um, I like it. In my own world and my own writing, I've been recently really interested in the ethereal, ghosts and spirits, and life beyond death, um, or on life, I guess. Um, and the Radiant Citadel, I think, is just a cool concept. I think it's a neat, um, I think it's neat. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do when they fully release it. If I remember, it's only like it was a first couple chapter, like a partial release, that I saw. Um, and I think that's pretty cool. Get people excited about it. Um, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I think the ethereal plane has not been super explored in in this edition of the game very frequently. So to have it be the forefront of this new up and coming book, I think that's pretty cool. Um, so looking forward to its complete release and to really dive into that for inspiration. Um, and yeah, a lot of the books, like the official content, um, I use most of it for inspiration and for my own encounter building. Um, and honestly, because I find trying to run something that's already been, I guess, published or released, um, to be kind of intimidating. Um, somehow I feel like, at times I'm afraid to mess it up. which I know is a silly thing, and you can't mess up something that is meant to be uh creatively interpreted like that, as the game tends to be. Um, but I also more the fact that I just enjoy creating my own content, and I enjoy making things um out of other things that I see around me. So having those other books and all the other official content out there um really just fuels my own ideas, and my like fuels my like all the stuff going on in my head. And sometimes, like with the Radiant Citadel, it gives me the opportunity to sort of, okay, here's what I have in mind. And like when I think of this, what is this? What do these writers think about this place and this space? So it's kind of cool to get additional perspectives through these official books. Um, I'm anticipating new monsters there. Maybe they'll have new minis. Probably, I would say they tend to do when they do like new monster releases. They tend to do new new miniatures, um, which I think are always cool. And if there are any cool ones that I'm like, yeah, gotta have that, then I'll probably, if my local game store has them, or I'll find them somewhere on the internet. I'll get them and I'll paint them because that's why we're here. Yeah, full circle, we did it. Um, oh goodness. But yeah, if there's any new minis, I was like, if there's anything, I'm still pretty early in my streaming career in this moment. This is the second stream ever. But if there's any miniature you guys want me to see paint, I guess I could take suggestions, I suppose. It may not happen immediately, especially if this continues to be a bi-weekly thing. Um, but I'll definitely take it into consideration. Because money's also a thing. That's a thing. Um, so depending on price and where I'm at in life and general interest in general. Just said that twice. Um, but if there's interest for that, then um, then of course I will I'll do that because I do things you want to see. Um, let's see. Uh, Dormonk says, "Yeah, get that." I think there's a big misconception for a lot of DMs that they have to run an adventure word for word. Really, do I find an adventure that would be better staying on the rails, just giving how players love to see their creative contributions in the game? Yes, absolutely. Um, I think oftentimes being a dungeon master is very much, um, it's very much a sort of I'm in charge, I know everything kind of perspectives at times. And I don't think that's the case at all. I think that again, it's a collaborative story, and the players are the main characters, and the DM or GM or whatever other title you use at your table. Um, you're all the background, I guess. You are the world, but the players are the main characters in this story that you are all telling together. And I think that's super important to keep in mind, um, especially when running any adventure, your own or a already written one. I'd love to see eventually some MCDM minis painted. Oh, that'd be so cool. I say MCDM's a great little company. Love me some Matt Colville, um, as much as I love me some Matt Mercer uh, and all the others. Um, definitely a big fan of Colville and his company and his work. So yeah, I will, you know, money allowing and ability increasing. I would love to do some MCDM miniatures at some point. Speaking of painting, though, I've been talking for a minute. I gotta work on my painting and talking at the same time. But let me get some of the dark highlight on here. Yeah, this is very watery. I'm a little worried about that. How that's gonna affect the mini, but we'll see real quick. I'm gonna try the club, the darker highlights. Seems to be working okay. Not bad, not bad. Except this area here where, so in the corner here, when I was doing the cloth, his undergarment cloth, I kind of got it with the fine tooth paintbrush. Oh, so that's I think that's the hard part with some of this is just the way I have it set up right now. My microphone's right in front of me, which is this way. The camera's really close, so you guys can actually see what I'm doing on the mini. But my hand itself is extended a good distance away from my actual body. I mean, like I'm comfortable, but I'm not right on top, and nor is it like I'm not like staring in at the at every fine detail of the mini. So some of this is um foreign positioning, I guess. Just with how I naturally would sit if there weren't a microphone and camera in front of me. And again, that might be just I gotta edit my setup. That might be again experience and time. Give myself the opportunity to work this out. Um, but again, everything's a work in progress. We'll get there as we go. That club looks nice with the dark highlights, though. I really like that. Gonna get in closer to his hand. Yeah, there we go. Get on the underside here. Oh, I totally missed this entire backside here. You can't even see what I'm doing. See, this is what I mean. Just the positioning of it is off sometimes, just because I'm not used to. I'm not used to it. But over time, I'm sure I will get better, and things will progress. I get close for trying to brush the mic. Um, Section here. You can kind of see what I'm doing. Um, getting the bottom chain that connects to the skull. Try to get that detail. The other thing is my hands are a little shaky, and that's just I would not be a very good surgeon. Let me put it that way. Just because getting those fine details there. A lot of steady hand motion, and I don't always have that. Um, just I think sometimes like when you over focus on something, you just become very hard pressed on it, and like really gotta focus in on this. But then it ends up like you're so focused in on that like it just doesn't work. I think that's what happens with me sometimes. Some of it is gotta be gentle, gotta be aware, but just do the thing. Just do the thing. But yeah, I say MCDM minis would be awesome. There is a mini I've been looking at that was part of the whatchamacallit, the is it Apocalypse Now, I think. Apocalypse Now. And there's a couple minis in there for like a couple demons that I think would be really cool. Again, pretty complex for my skill level, being novice. But still, I think it would be really cool to do. Oh, yeah, yeah. Look at that. Yeah, good, so it focuses. Look at that. Look at the detail. Isn't that great? Isn't that wonderful? Life is good, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else in between. Life is good. Yeah, so we got that little detail there. I don't know why I rinsed off the paintbrush. I think I'm done using that color. That was silly of me. That was silly. It was silly. Um. Oh, crack in the back. Crack in the old back. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get like the so there's like arm bracelets on this arm or both wrists really. But I'll try to get both. I'm only gonna try to get one string. I'm gonna try to get multiple colors in there, like those different leather colored or different leather bracelets and such. I think our ogre friend, our Etten friend here, excuse me, would have different colored bracelets. This is the part of the show I start to whisper. And I start to really focus on what I'm doing. Just to not mess it up. I'm also debating, as I say mess it up, because another phrase went through my head just now. I'm debating if I want to swear on this channel or not. I think I'll keep it PG for now. Or PG 13. I think. I don't think that painting minis and talking about life. I don't know. I don't know. Because I want to be able to talk about anything and everything. But, that'll come with time. I gotta think about that. Gotta think about it. Do I want an F-bomb in my videos? Do I not want an F-bomb in my videos? These are the important questions that we must ask ourselves when putting oneself on the internet. Okay. Oop. I think that looks good so far. We'll keep going. We're going to add in the other details. I think I'm going to make the chains. Not the chains. I don't even know. Um, um, the F-bomb, fiddlesticks. Why would you even type that? You can't say fiddlesticks. Ridiculous. Saying fiddlesticks in this chat. Who do you think you are? Just found a color called paint called bleached linen, and that sounds perfect for the other like small details. I was thinking small and little smiddle fiddlesticks. I, um, let's say myself. I have no problem swearing. I do it often. It's in my vernacular. Um, it just happens. Often, but but obviously, I don't want to turn viewers away as a result of that. Um, so I'll be courteous of that for now, and I'll just keep it in mind, and we'll go from there. There's a lot of bleached linen on the paintbrush. A little too much. Too much bleached linen, eh? Too much bleach. New character, Smiddle Fiddlesticks. You know what? Smiddle Fiddlesticks is now the name of the Etten. This is Smiddle Fiddlesticks. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm even gonna put an S, an F at the bottom of his mini. We'll see if it stays when I place it down. Oops, there it goes. Yup, Smiddle Fiddlesticks will be the name of the Etten. But also it could be a really good character name. For like, I don't know, like a gnome. Like it's a solid gnome name. Which one is Smiddle and which one is Fiddlesticks? That is the question. I think Fiddlesticks is the one with 2 horns, and Smiddle is the one with the 1 horn. I feel like that makes sense. I feel like that. I don't know why that makes sense. So like, don't ask me how, but in my own mind, in this moment, it makes sense. So there's a couple dots along his neck there, and the other parts there. I'm gonna do that in the bleached linen. I'll probably do the skulls in bleached linen too. Yeah, I'm gonna paint the whole skull in this color as well. So here we have Smiddle Fiddlesticks. He is beautiful. I was like, we gotta do like the details on the face, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. You can't even see the bleached linen color. You also can't see it there because the light's shining off the palette perfectly where you can't see it. But but you win some battles, you lose some, and I've lost this battle in the moment. That's okay. Anyways, let's get the little details here and around his belt. Same sort of beaded effect. And we'll paint in full skull, middle piece of his belt. Dab it on there. Little bit, a little bit. There we go. Okay. And then, yeah, I think that's. Oh, there's the backside too. The back of his belt. Nearly forgot. Boop, boop. Ah, that was too much boop. There we go. A little less boop. 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 Boop, 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 boop. A little more boop on those ones. Boop. There we go. Look at that. Little boops. I think they're. Let's see. Their fingernails, their teeth, and their horns. I think are all gonna be like the same color, but I think they're gonna be like. So this bleached linen almost looks white. Shade. I mean, it's bleached, so it's like a shade of white. Um, I think I'm gonna go with a different, like, more off shade of white. For the horns and teeth, like, I have like a there's like a yellowish I have in here. I gotta look. I don't know. I don't know what I have all of, and maybe I'll buy more paints in the future. Scholar flesh. I don't think that's the shade we're going for. The desert sand, probably not. Let's see, what is this? This is candlelight yellow. That's very yellow. Marigold yellow. That could work. I'm gonna shake it up. We'll see what it looks like on the palette. I'm gonna turn it so we can see. We're gonna see what it looks like on the palette. I don't know if I don't know if it'll work with the shades of brown we got going on the actual the rest of the figure, but we'll try it. We'll go from there. Did it come out of the? Oh, it does. Okay, so that's very orangish yellow. I don't think I want that much intensity, so maybe what we'll do, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get crazy. Add some more of the bleached linen. It almost looks like an egg. Oh, wait, with the marigold. It almost looks like the palette has become egg. Can we get egg in the chat? Just all the egg. Either the word or the emoji. I don't know. Egg. I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna mix the two. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna use other thick bristle brush I got over here. And we're gonna try it. So I've got the marigold here. Right here. And we'll grab some of the bleached linen. Ooh, we're getting somewhere. A little more bleached linen. A little more of the bleached linen. No, yes, egg. Now it looks like scrambled eggs with the way that I've done the paint. There's a little bit more marigold. Closest thing I could find. What was it? Like a football. I mean, football's kind of egg shaped. It'll do. I appreciate your contributions. Your participation is greatly appreciated, my friend. Get all that in there. Get more of the linen. All right. I think that could work. Now I got that color. So let's see. Got a nice light yellow. Kind of what I'm looking for. Like, like the just looking like almost like that yellowed tooth effect, I guess. Like I guess like, if you got like yellowed teeth, your teeth are naturally yellow. I mean, that's very yellow. So I don't know. I don't know about that, but That's kind of the effect we're going for here. Is like is a more yellowish tone for our friend Smiddle Fiddlesticks here. I'm gonna do the horns last because those are the piece that I'm holding on to. Um, what we can do, get the hair off here. What we can do are his little tusks. Okay, you know what? I think it's working. I think I like it. And then we'll get the horns. You know what? I'm gonna do his belly button too. Why? I don't know. It's just calling to me in this moment. I, d- I don't know why. Please don't ask. I get his horn here. Deedly. Again, I am still working on the whole music aspect. So, in those moments of silence, at least there'll be something to listen to. But right now, you're stuck with either hearing my voice or silence. And for that, silence part, I am sorry. Hearing my voice, that's part for the course. Doodaloo. Looking at the view count there. Looks like most of the raiders have disappeared. But that was neat. I've never been raided before. Um, so again, if any of the raiders are still here, thank you. That was cool. And for all y'all who are still here watching, again, thank you. Y'all are awesome, and I appreciate your company on this evening. So we're making yellowed horns here. I think that's actually looking really good. Looks good in person. Looks good on camera too. Um, and if it looks good on camera too, then I'm doing something right. Just let me know and I can put together some background music. It won't be good, but it will not be copyright. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I would say again. I don't know how. Um, again, there was a whole thing where, to get the music on my thing, it asked for basically like a. It was like you can use this uncopyrighted music, but you can't have it in your VODs. I'm like, how am I supposed to have it in my live stream, but then edit it out of my VOD? I was like, I'm not sure how to do that. So that's why I don't have music. But if you, my friend, are willing and able, then by all means, I would gladly take some lo-fi copyright free jams. because I think that'd be cool. Um, Again, having that, copyright or not copyright. Having see that's what I'm talking about. The collaborative aspect of it, you know, having fun with each other. You enjoying what I do, I enjoy what you do. And if you want to supply some music, um, if you want to supply some music for the stream, then I will gladly say thank you and get it incorporated when I can. Um, that would be awesome. That's something you are able and willing to do. Um, I think our end's almost done. I think I want to get there's like another little detail I want to get in there. So we're gonna turn this here. We're gonna get the dark highlight color all up on there. We're gonna do his like their bottom lip, I think. I like that though. I need more of the actual color. It didn't quite work, and it kind of messed up the pointed bristle part. Ah, okay. Let's see. That one's clogged. I forgot. See, it's hard to remember which ones are clogged and which ones aren't clogged. Actually, we're just gonna put it right there like that. I don't need a whole lot. At least not for this part. Just need enough. Just need enough. Get the detail that I need in this moment. All right, so I'm trying to get the bottom lip. I think their eyes too. I think I'll do their eyes like a dark brown. I think that works with these my friends here. Kind of sad. They have like perpetual frowns. Like, fiddlesticks. Yes, Middle. I'm sad. Me too. And then and then they just groan. I don't Fiddlesticks. Watch, Middle. I'm hungry. Well, then let's get something to eat. Okay. And then they go get something to eat. Probably like a goat or something. I gotta put like add pupils to them because that's just like that didn't quite work. There. Hold on, focus. Come on. Come on. Yeah, use like brown splotches for eyes. Outstanding. I'm gonna add the yellow color to the dark brown. I don't know what color I'm gonna give it. I mean, it's gonna be a shade of brown, but I don't know. Let's see. Almost looks like chocolate milk. 10 out of 10. Thank you. Ooh, fiddlesticks. Yes, Middle. I found a goat. Yes, I also found the same goat. Amazing. I guess. Why do you guess? It's either amazing or it's not. I guess it's amazing. I know, isn't it? Anyways. The chocolate milk color for like a shadowed effect around his belly. Back of the arms, maybe? Just gotta, just follow where the heart leads, and you end up with Schmiddle and Fiddlesticks. Add a little bit. I'm gonna draw the color out here. The dark highlights. Really draw that out. Some definition. Arms and stomach. Just gonna draw it out so there's very little on the actual brush. Get some of that weathered detail, I guess, onto our friend here. I'm on the face, on the legs. A little too much on this spot, but that's okay. Again, like our friend said earlier in chat, happy little accidents. Every detail adds character, you know? Ooh, eye color. I love eye colors. But I think I said I was gonna do brown. So let's go with a dark highlight there for that. I'm gonna mix the marigold. Got some marigold still. I'm gonna mix that with the um, I need a lot of marigold, I think. So with this darker brown here. I think that's the hardwood, I think. Some yellow pupils, yellowish brown pupils. There we go. I think that's a neat little color. You can't see it, but that's okay. Color right there. That one. Get all the most of the excess off because I just need a fine point. Get the pupils. Real close to this. Look at him. He's so good. Whoa. I I this is even better than the Griffin. Man, I this is crazy. I'm astounded by I guess myself. I don't even seems kind of silly, but that tooth. There we go. That's crazy. Okay. I'm really happy with him. Look at him. Looking fly. I agree. He looks really good. He's definitely going on the gram. I mean, The other two went on the gram. He's definitely going on. That's awesome. That's so cool. I'm as I'm doing it, like I'm not really like I am obviously focusing on what I'm doing, but like obviously I don't know what the end product's gonna be, but he looks really good. He looks really good. I love him. It looks so good. Okay. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, that's him. Oh man, oh man. And I said I would do a dragon. I'm a man of my word. A dragon it shall be. But no one said color. But I did see the dragon red. I think we're gonna make a red dragon today. I think that's again, I have a lot of the same type of figure, so like there are multiple of this figure. I don't want to take Fiddlesticks away from the camera. I'm just gonna put him up. Oh, Fiddlesticks. I'll put him right off to the side there. Right off to the side. I'll have the dragon here, but that way Fiddlesticks can still be right there. There he is. That's wonderful. That's great. It's all out of focus now, but come on. There we go. Now it's focused again. Okay. But I love it. Okay, so dragon. Let's do a dragon. We're gonna do dragon red because again, no one when I got rated chose a color. At least not that I saw. Let me go back through chat real quick. Nope. Not seeing any color suggestions. So yeah, I'm gonna go red. I think because I saw the red earlier in stream, and I think a classic red dragon is in the works right now. And we're gonna do it's gonna be this is a wormling. Obviously, it's a very small. Painting an ancient dragon would be really cool too, but it'd be a lot bigger. I'd have to move the camera. Uh, um. So I think the base coat of the dragon, I guess, should just be the red. I don't even know. Base coat of the dragon. Um. Hmm. Pure black. I think pure black's gonna go in there. Um. I got 4 total palette spots open that I didn't touch. Polished silver could be neat on the dragon. Mountain stone. Maybe I'll do mountain stone. Yeah. No, we'll do pure black. I'm gonna go with my gut. Polished silver. Water. Then dragon white. Oh, I don't know. I'll hold on to the dragon white. And we'll go from there. So we're gonna do the pure black as the base color for the dragon. That is, yeah, that's very black. Holy cow. Paint color was not lying. Ooh, blade steel. Blade steel's going in. This looks like an awesome color. I don't know where it's going on the dragon, but it's going in there. Um, it's gonna happen. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. So we got the black. We need our thick bristle brush. Holy cow! It's like inky black. Here, let me turn. Tradition of turning the palette so you can see. Look at that. That is like ocean deep black. Pitch black. All right, let's get painting on the dragon. You know what? I have used the pure black before. I typically use it when I do that's my, like, top coat or when I do a Noxlite version of a creature. And for those who are curious and were not here from the first stream, Noxalites um, are a mix of uh, a demon. A demon's blood has been injected directly into other creatures, giving them some shadow-like powers and abilities they previously did not have. Um, in life, it weakens them first, and then when they die, they're brought back to life. Um, they're not undeath. They're not like zombies or they're not like undead. They're simply given new life. Oh, they almost enter like a hibernation state, and then they're like reborn with these newfound shadow abilities and powers. Um, it's pretty fun stuff. So yeah, but the black is typically what I use for that because they are the Nox or the Noct part of their name comes from the Latin meaning night. Um, so they are sort of this very 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 dark black color to blend in with the night. But our dragon here is not going to be a Noxalite dragon. We're just going to make the base coat black to get some. I think it'll get some cool highlighted colors and features in the undercoat of our red dragon here. I think it'll be neat, and that's why it's happening. Um, will it actually work? I like I said before, it's all trial and error, and it's a learning process, and we'll get there as we go. Um, this one has a nice base plate like the Griffin did. One of my buddies last stream had suggested adding sand and so adding like basically adding terrain to the base plate of the mini, and I think that's a super cool idea. I think probably won't do sand for this one, but I'm thinking of doing something similar with my dragon friend here. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what I would do. I just think that it would look super cool, so I think I think I have to go for it. I think that's how that works. Wings are very close together, so they're kind of difficult to get into detail wise here. So we're gonna have to be careful of that when I'm doing the in between the wings there. But here we go with our dragon. Night Fury. Not quite. Doesn't have the right shaped head at all. Turn that there. Yeah, I would say similar to the Griffin. I'm finding this one to be a little more troublesome with the details because everything is very close together in its assembly, its initial put together. So the designer, when they put it together, like when it was 3D printed or however it was constructed, um, again the wings are just very close. The legs are very close together. Um, so it just takes me an extra second to figure out, make sure I get make sure I get every part of the mini so we don't leave anything um unintentionally unpainted. Because I'm sure there'll be moments where I where I intentionally leave a part unpainted for detail's sake. But right now, my intent is to make the dragon fully painted. In this case, fully painted black. Yeah, see, so like the back leg there. The back part of the leg there is hiding on me. So just gotta get in there. The heels. Heels of the dragon. It's probably like could be a really good book name. Heels or on the heels of the dragon. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll write that book. Got a couple other book ideas in the works already. So on the heels of the dragon, we'll have to wait. Oh yeah. You just reminded me. I put in my Monday blog that I have begun work on my senior thesis. So that's getting worked on as we speak. But in addition, I've started working on the third draft of a book that I started several years ago now. But my intent is by the end of the year to have finished. So definitely, if you're not following me on the interwebs already, definitely consider it if you want to stay updated on how my progress on my books are going. Especially that first one. Um, will it be published? That's the dream. Ultimately, I could self-publish it as well. Um, but I'm trying to get a backlog of books right now written. Some of the best advice I've been given, I've heard it from such authors as uh, Brandon Sanderson, a great fantasy and sci-fi author, as well as a couple of my family members who are authors. Um, they have all told me, and I've heard them say in videos and in conversations, family-wise at least, that best advice is to write a bunch of books first and then start to send them out to publishers, because then when they ask you, hey, this is great, you got any more, or hey, we don't like this one, you got anything else, you can go, yes I do. So right now I'm working on getting a backlog of books going, but I am working primarily on my thesis, which will, I think, eventually turn into a book, and then as well as working on a long-term project that I've been working on for a couple of years that I've kind of just left to the wayside, um, and now I'm coming back to um, revisiting, revamping, um, getting a full draft, because my biggest problem with that one was I had stopped writing midway through to start editing, and that was honestly the death of that draft. And it was the death of the second draft as well, because it did the same exact thing, where I got to the middle part of the book, got stuck plot wise because my pacing was all thrown off, and then started going back and editing, and then finally I stopped after a certain point, um, out of frustration and just lack of skill. But now, having gone through school for several years now, and studied this stuff and honed my craft, I'm revisiting this book, and I'm gonna write it. It's gonna be done, and it's gonna be great. Even if it's not great, the best thing I ever write ever. I mean, it will be, hopefully. But even if it's not, I will be able to say that I finished a book, and right now that's a pretty big accomplishment. Because I've done a lot of short stories, I've done a lot of smaller writings here and there. Um, and I've even gotten some of that stuff published. I've got a poem published. I've got a short story published. Um, but I don't have any large work published. So having finishing a novel um on my own accord just it feels good. It feels like a good thing, a good trajectory, a good goal. So yeah, so I'm working on that on the side, or as the main part. This is sort of the side gig, uh, I guess. Um, okay, I think the black's dry, and I can continue painting and talking. I'm gonna turn the palette a little more this way. Get to the Gonna get to the dragon red. Let's see. Money shot. Ooh, that's nice. That's a nice color. I like it. So for the red, I think I'm not gonna do a dollop with Daisy. I'm not gonna dollop it on like I did the black. I'm gonna dip it in, and we're gonna stretch it out. So let's see what we can get. Ready? Okay, that was immediately a lot of red. So I guess we're going in. Uh, it all builds up to the novel. Yes, yes, it all builds up to the novel. We're gonna do this dark red, the undertones of black. Ooh, you know what? If I blend it out like that, get it a little less built up in one or two spots. So I'll keep it nice and loose on the brush. I won't put too. If I put too much on, I'll just sort of, I'll smooth it out. Yeah, I get a nice dark wash on the dragon. I think the black's also not completely dry, so that might be adding to the dark color, which again I think that's probably pretty cool. Honestly, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna leave it. But yeah, so I got lots of projects in the works. Um, Obviously, as I said here, working on my thesis, working on a book, novel. Um, and balancing two summer jobs in the process as well, because um, I'm not getting paid for anything. I'm not getting paid for any of my creative work at this point yet, but that's okay. Again, the main goal is simply to get myself out there. Get myself out there. Get people to engage in my work, engage in what I do, and have a good time. Get to know me. I think a little bit. I think that's important. Um, it's important for my audience to know. I think to know who I am as a person, so they can also enjoy what I do and who I am. Um, and kind of get that good blend there. I'm talking paint wise and also life wise. Um, get a good blend of me as well as my characters, my work, um, and the other characters and such at play. As I am not the only person who has ever um, worked on the world that I um, have engaged in and created. Um, as I said, collaborative storytelling is super super fun and important to me. Um, and so I've been lucky to share that experience with my friends and family, and we've been able to create a lot of really fun stories together. Um, and so some of that you'll see in all different facets of my work, and the stuff that I share. Of course, I'm always conscious of making sure that um give credit where credit is due. Um, but I think it's a really special thing to be able to create something with a lot of people and then share it. It's cool stuff. But yeah. I'll say there's a whole universe that me and my friends and family have created over many, many years. And so there are some parts that um, I they're not my stories necessarily to tell within the universe. Um, ooh, I dropped the dragon, but there are others. And a good portion, I would say that um that I have created and that I can share. Um, so you know, all all good stuff. All good stuff. So the black was not completely dry. The shadow is kind of casting it, but I think that's a really nice color that was created for our dragon. We're gonna get the other red in here in a second. Yeah, the collaborative piece of the universe very much appears in like the D&D games that I play. Um, so um, you know, I would never write about my players' characters unless I have their permission first. Um, you know, because again, giving credit where credit is due is important, and I cannot take full credit um for that. So obviously, I would ask permission. I would um I'd ask permission. I'd get there okay, and then go from there. But yeah, again, it's all part of the fun, all part of it, and what I like to do. Um, do do do. Now we're shaking up the brilliant red. We're gonna kind of splotch that on there. Very very red, as you can see. So we're kind of gonna real careful. Kind of just gonna again get as much of it out of the brush as possible. Only have a little bit on there. I'm gonna let it dry first. Actually, now that I think about it, this was a silly mistake. Um, I'm gonna leave the brush right there for a second, and let the red that's already on there dry, and then continue. Oh, but yeah. Again, we're having fun. We're having a good time. At least I hope. I hope you're having a good time out there watching. The dragon's actually going faster than the end. Not a whole lot of detail to add to this one. At least maybe just I don't know. Oh, you know what I can show you while I'm waiting for the dragon to dry? So obviously I made noodles. I made noodles. It was my first mini ever, and noodles did very good. I like him. I tried making a person. Well, he the person didn't quite work out as well as I was hoping. Um, I'm actually gonna move the dragon up a second. So here's the person. He's he stands. He's upright. But he's got lots of cracks. As you can see, his whole head is like severed. Um yeah, he didn't quite stay in one piece the way I wanted him to. Um and obviously he's very blocky. He's much more like a clay golem than a humanoid person. Like namely like I don't know, like this guy. Like this guy, you can see there's like muscles. You can see like he's like clearly defined. This is a blob man. And yes, he's very unique. I agree. So, um minifigures out of clay, um difficult. Again, not one of those things I have in my skill set readily available. Um so definitely going to keep working on it. He was kind of a practice run, and maybe I'll paint him. Um maybe I'll get him painted eventually. Just just because I can. I made him, so I might as well. Um but but we'll see. Um Okay. I think the dragon's mostly dry, but we'll see. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep working on making figures out of clay. Um it's gonna be a project I keep working on. Right now I'm blowing on the figurine to dry it off as if it were hot food. Okay. So some of the parts are just not gonna dry. He's very handsome and I admire his gusto. Yes, he's a good little clay golem friend. He's a chunky boy. He's good. Surprise ASMR sesh. Yes, because oh goodness, yes, blowing on the little figurine, trying to dry him off. Oh goodness. Oh man, oh man. But yeah, so we have the dragon. Boop. And we're gonna add in those flecks of the brighter red that we had going on. Again, gonna get all the excess, get as much of it off of the brush as we can to have a little bit, because again, this is very bright, and I don't want the dragon, seeing how dark it is already, I don't want to brighten it up too much, but I do want to get those nice, like, shiny scale like effect on the dragonborn, on the dragon. It's not a dragonborn, just a regular dragon. We're gonna kind of just dab it on there. Yeah, I think that works. I'll dab it on to get that scaled effect. All the way up the tail, down the legs. Again, trying to get, yeah, again, the black and the red that is already on there is not quite drying super fast. Some of it is bleeding off, which is giving it a darker appearance, which works, I think. Flip it over to the other side. Up and around. Just getting some texture on the dragon. This side looks very textured. Holy cow. Uh yup, that was probably a little too much of the paint. That's okay. Now we'll just kind of blend it in. And then we'll correct the other side as well. We'll just add a little more, you know? You can always add paint, but you can't necessarily take a bag off. So we'll just add a bit more. Just keep splotching it, creating this little patterned effect that kind of mimics scale. And the underside here with that effect is kind of difficult, but we'll make it work. Making it work. Gotta get the back of the legs. Underside. Oh, excuse me. Definitely not dry in there. Yeah, as you can see, each of the reds has progressively gotten a darker and darker shade as we've done this. Given that the black undercoat that I did Did not fully dry. But that's okay. That is okay. You know, I honestly, I think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. I think it's got some neat coloration to it now. That I don't think it would naturally have if I had just gone with like if I had let it fully dry. It's kind of getting that blending effect that I was even going for to begin with. So I think it ends up working out. Is it the original thing I thought was going to happen? No, and that's okay. I think in this case. Ugh. Mm. Um, Uasha boy, if you're still here, I was saying earlier, I don't know if you were here for that part either, but I was saying earlier how you had suggested the griffin adding sand to its base. I'm thinking of doing something similar with the dragon. Probably not sand, but um, adding something to the base to liven it up a little bit. I'm not sure what yet, but I'll get there eventually. I think. Um, so yeah, thank you for the idea. Um, I think I'm gonna grab some of the blade steel. I think I'm gonna do that for the horns and for parts of the wings. I think the actual coating of the wings there, I think will look really cool. Maybe some art shops sell small grass tufts if that interests you. Ooh, I'll have to look. Um, Again, a lot of this, like I said last time, was is very new. So I'll have to kind of look around, see what's out there, see what looks good. I gotta find art shops. That's something I've never had to do before. Um, but I was saying how earlier the local game store that I go to has a lot of the Master Series paint that I'm using. They have a lot of different colors there, as well as other brands of paint for mini painting. So that's kind of cool. But they didn't have any terrain pieces like any grass tufts or anything like that or sand. So I'll have to find like a an art shop like a they probably have like Joanne Fabrics or something like that or like a Michaels and like a craft store. And if not, then I'll look around. I'll see what I can find because I think it'll be fun. Um, I don't know if you come around Syracuse. There's literally a store called the Art Store that I can get all this stuff from. Oh, nice. Okay. I don't go out there too often. But if I'm ever out there, I'll be sure to look for the art store. I like that. I like that it's literally called the art store. That's really good. That's awesome. Um, Alrighty. So, how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to go with the smaller bristle brush to get the horns. I just scared myself because out of my peripheral, I saw my paintbrush enter frame where it wasn't before, and I was mixing the paint. I was like, what is? Oh, it's me. Never mind. Ooh, yeah, it's kind of cool. I like that. Oh, yeah. We're just chilling, getting the dragon's horns done. They come a little further down, so a little closer to the skull. There we go. One done. Second one. Oh, we kind of got this classic red dragon going. I think actually I don't know. When you think of a dragon, what color dragon pops in your head first? Like when like just the word dragon is put out in front of you. What's the first? What do you picture? For me, I usually I go with there's either like a red or a green dragon usually pops in my head first. Of course, having played D&D now for a little while, a couple years now, and also just reading like the Aragon series when I was younger, I've have expanded my repertoire of dragons. Um, but I know when I was younger, like my first thought when I was like, oh, a dragon, was like green or red. Um, it may have also had something to do with the fact that green and red were like my favorite colors, but like, oh no, I dropped my brush, but I got it. It's fine. Um, but whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna take some of this silver. I'm gonna take red. Is this going to work? I have no idea. We're about to find out together. It's gonna probably create like a rose-ish color. I think is what I want. Or the wings. It's creating like a purple almost, which I think like almost like a lavender kind of. No, you can't actually see that at all. Please hold. I gotta turn my palette. Yeah, I think that's a neat color. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if it works. Get some on the little brush. Let's get it. Let's get it on the wings, shall we? And like the skinny, the skinny, the skin skin dash e. I'm explaining this too much. Ooh, yeah. I think it captures that kind of. It keeps like some of the coolness of the steel blade, like it gives that shine to it, as you can see. But then it also like, when it's out of like that light, it gives it kind of like that purplish sheen to it, which is I think really cool. The dragons um leather like wing material. Sorry. I stopped talking. Um just trying to really get close with my edges. The other thing my local game store had was a whole bunch of different sized brushes. I think I'll have to invest in those eventually because I'm only really using the two different sizes, which is really all I need right now. But I think, oh, that's really cool. Okay. But I think, over time, if this continues to be a hobby of mine, then I should probably get a few more materials to go with it. Nope. Don't want to get copyright infringement. Problem is, I get like songs stuck in my head, and then I have to sing them to get them out of my head. But I can't do that while I'm streaming. Twitch gets mad. Twitch gets mad at me. I don't want them to be mad at me. Especially now if I'm trying to make this like, a full-time thing more frequently. Palette keeps turning. Trying to keep it in one spot. And you can't see. That looks really cool. All right, let me do the other side. I gotta get more though. What this section needs is more cowbell. Alrighty, so real quick, I just realized how badly I have to go to the bathroom. So I'm gonna leave it for a second. When I come back, I'm going to mix up some more of um the silverish lavender type color, the wings. We'll get a couple more details on the dragon, and then I think we'll probably wrap up the night shortly after that. But um, I can't hold it anymore. I gotta go. Uh, nature calls. So I will be right back. Hang tight, and we'll end out the last part of the evening here together, and we'll go from there. All right, be right back. And we are back. So, Baba Booey. We're back. We gotta mix up some more paint. I think I'm gonna use the red because the red's kind of already ruined. Um, I'm gonna add a little bit of blade steel in there. Brilliant red and blade steel. So I'll get a couple drops in there. Get a couple drops of the brilliant red. That's a bubble. Couple drops there. We'll mix them all together. We'll see. Let's see if it holds the color that I was using. Hopefully it does. Uh, Not quite. A little more silver, I think. Yeah, a lot more silver. Snag some. There we go. Yep, definitely need more of the silver or the blade steel. Give it that sort of glossy lavender purplish color. There we go. Big brush off to the side for now in case we need to mix up more. Now we'll just go on in with the small brush. Oh, we'll get this wing painted. Let's see, is it the same? It's pretty close if it's not. Oh, maybe we'll get. I'm just thinking out loud here. Which is what I've been doing most of the night. But maybe we'll change up. Maybe we'll do some mini painting. I feel like again, maybe it's just the fact that we don't have music. I think music will definitely add a whole nother element to the stream. Just lo-fi jams. And just chillax a little bit. Enjoy some nice conversation with each other and just relax. But I don't know, maybe we'll get some magic up in the streams. I don't know. I, y'all tell me what you want to see. I'll we'll play it by ear. We'll build. We will build this city on rock and roll. Bob Ross type beats. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's some nice, relaxing music to accompany the painting. Again, so that way it's not just because as much as I'm sure you all love my voice and hearing me talk, I'm sure there are those of you who would also like to not hear my voice all the time. But you also don't want to hear silence either. So, we gotta, we're working on it. We'll figure it all out. Yeah, it's a little more red, but I'm just gonna add it to this so we got some consistent coloration. Yeah, it's a little more red, but it still has that sort of blade, that silvery um looking quality to it, which I think that's the main appeal for me at the moment with what I've got going on. But yeah, Bob Ross type beats. As soon as I can figure out how to play music, um, that can also appear in my VODs, in my VODs, without Twitch or Twitch getting mad without copyright infringement occurring. Um, once both of those are secure, then we'll get some music up in here and we'll have it on constantly. I don't see why we wouldn't. Um, I think I'm gonna do this as the eye color too, as like the main eye color, because I'm gonna do the pupils actually in the sort of yellowish, the off yellowish color I did for the horns on the Etten over here. Our boys, Schmiddle, Smiddle, and Fiddlesticks. Almost forgot. Oh my goodness, how could I almost forget? Eyes. Um. Hmm. Okay. Let me rinse off my brushes. Put them down for now. So, I'm gonna quickly rinse off my other brush that I've been using real quick. Get the rest of this color out. And then I'll turn the palette around so you can see, for those of you who may not have been here earlier. Um, so you can see the color I'm talking about doing the pupils real quick. Get much of the paint out of the brush as possible. I'll do like a thorough clean when the stream is over, so I don't ruin my brushes. So turn the palette around here. Beep, 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 beep. This color, this sort of yellowish, almost egg looking color that is hardened in place because it has been there too long. But that's okay. I've got a little bottle of water that came with paint that can be rehydrated. 2 drops there. You know what? Straight up isn't working. Uh oh goodness. Made myself laugh so hard I started coughing. Alright, well, that just means I'll have to make more of that color, and that's okay. I won't make too much, but now y'all gonna get to see it happen again. There it is. So that yellowish color there uh, was a mix of the paints marigold yellow and bleached linen. So we're gonna drop in a couple drops of the marigold. We had a couple drops of the bleached linen. I have a paint without a cap. How did that happen? Oh, the water bottle. I was like, wait, I just have a random cap, but everything else is capped? How did that happen? Because I'm silly. That's how. And we'll get some bleached linen. Egg, 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 egg. Yes. I'm remaking the egg color. And yes, I had said earlier the marigold makes the palette look like an egg. Egg, 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 egg. Can I get another egg in chat? I got one from Dart Monk. Anyone else who's here can contribute to the egg. Egg, 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 egg. There we go. Yeah. That's almost the exact coloration too. It's almost the exact same. Yeah, egg, 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 egg. I love it. So yeah, so we got our egg color, which looks phenomenal. This palette is a lot more dirty than than my first stream was. The first stream was very docile. Very clean, I would argue, in comparison to what it is at present, which is not clean. There are all sorts of colors everywhere. It's fantastic. I'm making a wet palette until you cave. Yeah, I think you had mentioned that um last time too, and I've not invested in one yet. I need to. That's going to be part of my art supply haul when I eventually do one of those. So it's on my radar. It's just I haven't looked into purchasing one yet. But I will. I will. All right. This is I physically I have to get very close so I can see what I'm doing and I don't mess it up. But here we go. That's spoopy. Now I gotta do it exactly the same on the other eye so it doesn't come out derpy. All right, here we go. That one's a little bigger pupils. Like it. There you go. Piercing into the eyes. That's a scary wormling. Holy cow. All right. So eyes look good, I think. Yeah, those look awesome. Okay. So that color again, I didn't need a lot. I probably mixed way too much. But it gave me the perfect blend. So you win some, you lose some. In this case, I lost a couple drops of paint. Okay. How do I want to shadow this? Sure. Honestly, I could probably leave it. I do want to kind of get. It's a little more red there. That's okay. I don't know. I think each one just gets better and better. Well, thank you. You know they're coming. You know what? This has been good. This has been a lot. This has been really good. So you know, just to show again, the first one I did 2 weeks ago was the Griffin. I'm gonna move the dragon out of the way. It was the Griffin here, this isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. I was very happy with him yet, like when I did him, but I especially liked the gold, to the feathers. That was very cool. But like, I messed up the claws. There's no pupil. Um, and of course, I'm going to be my own biggest critic. So I'm not hating on myself. Please forgive me if it comes across that way. But I am my own biggest critic, as most artists are. Um, but so I can see all the things that are quote quote unquote wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it, um, but yeah, like so that, and then I mean, Noodles is beautiful. There's nothing wrong with Noodles. Noodles is perfect. But even just the little details on Smiddle and Fiddlesticks here, the shading and such, and then obviously the dragon here. Dragon, I don't think I'm quite done yet though. The eye, like just that's piercing. That's terrifying, and I love it. Um, we get some like flame for it too. Oh, gotta get some like grass for like the base and like some flame for its mouth. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but like I'm gonna figure it out because I think that'd be awesome. Or like maybe some smoke around the mouth, like out of the nostrils, kind of thing. That'd be cool. Yeah, I have so many ideas, and we'll see if any of them actually pan out. But no, this has been today's stream has been really cool. I'm really happy with these two. I think I'm gonna add a little bit, just an extra touch to the dragon. I'm gonna add some dragon white. I don't know where yet. I don't know what I'm gonna hold on. I don't want to mess it up because that already looks really awesome. So I'm gonna see what we can do, or if anything even needs to be done. So we're gonna get some dragon white on the palette. I don't think I'll need a lot for whatever is happening in my brain. That dragon needs a cool name. You're not wrong. I was thinking something along the lines of like um starting with Dross. I'll throw it in the chat real quick because I think I can send it in the chat. I can. I'm the one recording. Yeah, so like Dross and then something else, and I don't know because Bob Ross was brought up while I was painting the dragon, so Dross popped in my mind. But like I need um like Dragon Ross, Bob Ross, Dross. But yeah, like it needs to be like it's because dragon names are always long and complicated. So there's got to be something at the end there. I just don't know what. But Dross is Dross is in there. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Pick something. Come up with something. Give me Bill Grays. Um, yeah, give me some ideas. I'm gonna put that off this side. All right, so we got like a dragon white. What am I doing with it? Why am I doing anything? You know what? I think it's gonna go in those lines right there. Very, very lightly. Just on the tip of the brush. Again, this is gonna be one of those details I get close for. Got Perseverance. Sorry, I'm butchering it. Probably not. Draw Perseverix. Drossanomere or Dross. I like Drossanomere. I think Drossanomere is the winner there. All three are fantastic, but I think me personally, in this moment, had the least amount of trouble pronouncing Drossanomere. I think that's going to be the one that gets it for today. Yeah, this is working. Correct is that surgeon hand though. That's the only thing. That's too. Shoot, shoot! I say shoot, shoot, bang. Sorry, I know I stopped talking again. Ooh, yeah. I think that kind of works. I mean, it didn't ruin it. I like it. I like it. Wasn't quite what I was initially envisioning, but you know what? Is good. Is the dragon going to be a BBEG? It could be. It very well could be. I don't, you know. Dragons tend to be. Um, it's definitely this dragon definitely seems like it could be a BB or grow up to be a BBEG. Maybe this is like maybe this is like, you know what? This is the origin story for this dragon for Dracenimir. Dracenimir was born some 1,000 years ago. He is now a they would put him as an adult or an ancient dragon at this point. He is all grown. But this was him in his wormling form less than 1,000 years ago. Dracenimir. I don't know. Would it be interesting, more interesting if he dabbled in the arcane, the divine, or like the more natural magics, or is like he when he polymorphs into his human form. What kind of what is his primary? Is he like a warlord? What's he end up like? I don't know. I don't know. Dracenimir. I almost want to put, you know, I'm gonna try to put his name at the bottom so I don't forget it. Kind of did the same with Smiddle and Fiddlesticks over here, but I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try to just do it real nice and small and little for them both. Don't forget or lose it. Because I think, you know, if we take the time to name them, we might as well come up with, might as well, we might as well make sure we remember. This is not going to work. Immediately bails. To be fair, it's not gonna work in paint. What I might need to do to name them and make sure like their names stick, I might need to do. You know what? Let me resolve this right now. I don't know how, but let me figure it out. Um, like I need like a gel pen. I don't think a gel pen would write well on it unless I paint the whole base part white. You know what? Let me try that. Let me try to paint the whole bottom part white, like so that like there, and that way I can like write on it and like pen the paint there, and we'll see what it does. Obviously, I don't want to get any of the white paint on the figure. But if I can get something, yes, like this. Yeah, there's nothing on the actual thing there, so I'm gonna sit there right there. Lay on your stomach, Smidlin Fiddlesticks. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the dragon. And then that way, because there's paint on it, I should be able to write on it. Question. Should Drosimir, like what is Drosimir's alignment? Obviously, if he's BBEG, it implies that he might be evil. But I like to think I'm not a huge proponent of the chromatic equals evil and metallic equal good. That sort of setup. It's a good base. I like having that as like the base. For most of dragons, I think it makes sense in mythos and um, in stories, fairy tales that have been told for centuries. Um, but I like being complex. So what is the alignment of this dragon? What are we looking at here? And he could be evil. He very well could be. But I kind of want to. You got me on the thinking train now. So now here we are. No, maybe that'll be something. Maybe that could be something. As we maybe as we paint them after they're done being painted, maybe in the future what we can do together is if I can figure out how to do it, if I can figure out how to like get like maybe what I'll do is like I'll do like a monster making thing afterwards. Like so basically like like we'll homebrew the creature together. I don't know. That could be fun. That could be engaging, I think. I don't know. What do you think? Could be something. I don't know. We'll do it tonight, unfortunately. But we can always come back to it. I can always bring back the figures because it's not like they're going anywhere other than in like my collection box, so that way I have them on standby if I need to put them on the board at any point in time. It's not like I'm gonna lose them, so we could totally like do something like that. That could be a lot of fun. maybe we'll do that for the next round because now I'm really thinking about Josh Sandomir. Like I've got him in my head, so I'll probably end up just fleshing him out on my own. Um, just 'cause I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna have the mental wherewithal tonight to do that. Maybe next stream I'll start a little earlier. Um, 8 p.m. is a little bit later. It's not late, but it's a little later, especially for um those of us who have day jobs that start earlier in the morning. Um, and for those who don't, like just you wake up in the morning. Um, yeah. So maybe we'll start earlier. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe that could be fun. Lawful jackass. One step below lawful evil. Follows a code and messes with people, but doesn't explicitly want to torment people with permanent damage. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Almost like a trickster dragon. It just likes to mess with people. Really just likes to drive them nuts. Some modify memory type stuff up in here. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, I think we could totally do something like that if y'all are y'all are in, or y'all are feeling up to it. Um, we can definitely try something like that next stream. Um, so goals for next stream. Just because I think I'm going to wrap up soon. I'm going to get their names on there, and I think I'm going to wrap up. But goals for next time. Going to get some music that we can just have on in the background and have in the VOD, so that way Twitch doesn't get mad at me, and and we can all vibe together with my technological abilities as they are right now. Because if I figure out how to do the thing, then it won't be an issue. But I haven't figured out how to do the thing. So goal for next time: music, and then I think we'll whatever we end up painting next time. Maybe I'll put up a poll too. Like I'll put out a poll on my socials. So keep an eye on my social media. I'll put out a poll before we do the next stream on what I should paint next, and then we can sort of. Um, I think what you're talking about would be cool. Yeah. All right. So yeah, we'll do something like that. I'll paint it. We'll talk about it. We'll hang out together, and we'll make some monsters together. I think this is good. I think this is good. Mm. So yeah, so goal for next time: start a little earlier so we can get to all the fun that we want to have done, and get some music up in here so it's not all just me talking then silence, uh, or the sound of the computer fan. I don't actually know what can be heard. I suppose we'll hear it when I listen back to the VOD at the end of this. But all that aside, I think. Ooh, I gotta put the names on them. I'm writing in pencil. Let me just make sure it's dry. Yeah. Writing in pencil for the time being. So we got two-headed one was fiddlestick. So I'm gonna show it to you after. I'm just gonna write it on there because this is a process. Fiddlesticks. Fiddle. So all that did was kind of carve off the paint with the pencil, but it worked. You can't really read it because of the lighting. Hold on, lower the exposure a little bit. It's a little bit better. Say the camera, but Smittle and Fiddlesticks, and then draw Sanamere. Draw Sanamere. It's very the paint is very white. Please hold. There it is. So you can kind of see it there. Boom. So there we got 2 minis painted and complete for this evening. Again, next time we will add in some of those other elements. We'll get the music up in here. We'll homebrew and flesh out one of the creatures, maybe both of them if there's time and I'm not exhausted. Again, if we start a little bit earlier, then we'll have a little bit more leeway to do things. But I think 8 o'clock was good in my head, but now I am tired. So this has been very successful. I'm very happy about all of this. Thank you all so much for tuning in and hanging out tonight. Um, Again, like I said last week, but it didn't get saved. Um, or not last week, 2 weeks ago, last stream. Um, this has been super cool. A really cool experience to get to do. And I'm really happy that the first 2 streams have been as successful as they have been. Um, I got raided earlier today. That was cool. um, so lots of cool stuff ahead. Stay tuned as always. Keep looking at all the stuff, and we'll stay up to date on what's going on, whens and wheres, and we'll go from there. Um, yeah, and we'll go from there. You know. Thank you all so much for watching and for hanging out and chilling and talking tonight. And we'll see y'all next time. Until then, have a great night, or day, or evening, or wherever you are in the world. Have a great night, and we'll see you later. Good night.